Good evening, brothers and sisters. My name is Dirk Twine. I'm a natural health speaker, author, educator, and wellness coach. And my topic today is it's time to get serious about our health. And the reason I want to talk about that is because so many people have been given misinformation in our community, and they're adopting the European allopathic pharmaceutical-based medical system, but trying to do it holistically. And the reason I say that is because being healthy requires a combination of many things and not single things. For instance, there is no single herb or single plant or a single vegetarian diet, for instance, that will make you healthy. I wrote a book about a year and a half ago called The 7 Steps to Great Health and Longevity. And my book talks about what I feel are the 7 most important things that we must do to live a long and healthy life. However, I was taught by a great master herbalist many years ago that to be healthy, we must cleanse and detoxify, then rebuild and restore our bodies. And so we're very good in our communities at cleansing and detoxifying, but rebuilding and restoring the body is a different story. And so it's very important that we learn how to rebuild and restore. And rebuilding and restoring means giving the body the raw materials that it needs to heal and repair itself. And so healing and repairing itself is a natural, instinctive thing that the body wants to do. But our food supply will not give it to us. And anyone that has ever studied agriculture or done any farming or done a garden, for instance, you have to understand that when a plant is placed in the soil, that root system of that plant pulls the minerals out of the soil. The metallic, elemental rock-type minerals are pulled out of the soil by that plant into the plant's body. And then the plant converts it into a form that humans can eat and absorb at a very high rate, nearly 100% absorption. But that plant must pre-digest that metallic, elemental, and rock mineral before we can absorb it. Very, very, very important. And so it is impossible for you to get all of the nutrients, particularly the minerals. There are at least 60 or so minerals that are required for human health. And without those 60 minerals, without having those 60 minerals, your body will develop diseases from nutritional deficiencies. And everybody knows that if you're missing calcium, you're going to end up with arthritis. Well, there are much more minerals out there other than calcium, and they all lead to diseases when you're deficient in them. Not to mention every nutrient, not only minerals, but vitamins, amino acids, fatty acids, all of these nutrients require what's called cofactors or partners that are necessary for those particular nutrients to work. And so it's very important to understand that simply eating a healthy diet is impossible because those minerals we talked about earlier, they occur in veins across the crust of the earth. So trying to grow fruits and vegetables on soils will not guarantee you're getting the nutrients that you need. So the bottom line is we must supplement daily with a plant-derived nutritional supplement that gives us all of our nutrients, all of our vitamins, all of our minerals, all of our amino acids, all of our fatty acids. And simply eating a raw diet won't solve that problem either. Again, minerals occur in veins across the crust of the earth. And you'll never get all 60 of the essential minerals needed by the human body by simply eating raw or eating a vegetarian diet exclusively. There are other things you must do. And that's why I wrote my book, The 7 Steps to Great Health and Longevity. So rebuilding and restoring the body requires supplying the body with the raw materials. And you can only do that through supplement form. Yes, you want to eat healthy. Yes, you want to incorporate lots of fruits and vegetables and nuts and grains and seed into your diet. However, you have to understand that that alone will not give you the nutrients necessary for health and longevity, for rebuilding and restoring the body. And then you must avoid the bad stuff. The number one killer in our community, I believe, is stress. Stress is absolutely pervasive in our community, and because we're suffering from post-traumatic slave syndrome, and we still suffer from that today, and if we don't do something about it, it's going to kill us. Stress is defined as a psychophysiological or mind-body event that takes place when your body is overwhelmed by physical, mental, and emotional experiences. I like to describe it as it's similar to running a marathon race, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop. Can you imagine how exhausted your body would be if you ran a marathon day after day, non-stop? It would be totally wiped out. And what happens is when your body is stressed, the body is producing hormones, things like epinephrine and cortisol. And when those hormones are in the bloodstream, it's like you're running a race nonstop. And so literally as you sleep, you're not resting. Your body is still in overdrive. And so it's very, very damaging to the body. And so chronic stress can cause things like high blood pressure, insomnia, anxiety, depression, frustration, anger, fear, tension, a depressed immune system, increased risk of heart attacks, diabetes, cancer, stomach ulcers. All of these things can occur when you're stressed. So you must de-stress your life. You must eliminate those things in your life that are very, very harmful to you. If you hate your job, you can't stand your boss, you have to change. You have to make a change. You must get to the root cause of that stress and remove it from your life. And then you must eliminate the bad foods from your life. The number one thing I would like to talk about is fried foods. Fried foods are absolutely deadly to us. It increases your risk of cancer and heart disease tremendously. And the reason it does is when you raise vegetable oils to high temperatures to fry that food. And I may be talking to people that eat fish and chicken. Frying that fish or chicken is deadly. But those that fry potatoes and green tomatoes and onions and even stir fry, you're at risk also, because those oils, when they are removed from their original source, I don't care if it's olive oil or coconut oil or palm oil or peanut oil or sesame seed oil, all of those oils, when removed from their original source, they began to oxidize immediately at room temperature. When they're heated, they oxidize 10,000 times faster. And when you eat oxidized oils that have turned into what's called a trans fat, you get free radical damage. And free radicals are cells in the body that are damaged. They have missing electrons, and they're looking for another cell that has that electron that they need. Or they clump into clusters of cells that are very damaging to the body, like cancer. So it's very important that you stay away from all fried foods. And I'm not just talking about animal flesh, but I'm talking about fried potatoes and fried onion rings and fried vegetables. Even stir fry, they're very damaging. At the same time, I'm saying to stay away from vegetable oils. All vegetable oils, ALL. I'm talking about coconut oil and olive oil. I'm talking about palm and sesame seed. If you want that oil incorporated in your diet, you need to eat that plant or vegetable that contains that oil. You do not need to eat bottled oils. They are very damaging and deadly. For those of you that eat animal flesh, I'll also tell you to stay away from well-done meats. Stay away from well-done chicken and well-done fish dishes where the fat in that is burnt.